So these six mantras, beginning from the 11th to the 14th. Those six mantras emphasize the need for balance between activity and meditation, between the world and the transcendental. You cannot exclude one from the other. Then you don't get a full understanding. There is no wisdom. There is only fundamentalism then, ideological fundamentalism. So to make the correct balance is wisdom. Wisdom means having the correct mix and the balance, which is a rare gift. I would call it a grace. It's a gift from the Lord, or it's a grace. And you cannot gain it by much effort. It has to be granted to you. As you progress in your sadhana, in your effort, a time comes you suddenly discover you got it. You are able to balance both the world and the higher in your life. Both meditation and activity in life. So let's not exclude any of these in the name of spirituality. So spirituality is enriched by material activity. Material activity is reinforced by spirituality or meditation. So ultimately a meditator will be a perfect person, capable of interacting and living in this world. We would call him a most beautiful person. Every action of his must have a beauty about it, will have a beauty about it. That's the ultimate stage of meditation. So your meditative equipoise, meditative depth is to be manifested in your daily life. The way you speak, the way you do things, the way you relate with the world, all these are reflections of your meditative state of mind. So having said that, now we find some prayer. It's a prayer addressed to the divinity, God. Help me in this path. I am making effort, but I need help. So those prayers are here. The first prayer is Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyabihitam Mukham Tattvam Pushanna Pavrunu Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Now you say that Satya Dharma, I am a seeker after truth. Satya. Don't even say God, he says seeker after truth. Because God will create a lot of, that word creates a lot of confusion. So here it is said Satya Dharma. What I am seeking is Satya and Dharma. I am following a lifestyle wherein my whole life is a search after truth. Now truth is defined in Vedanta as that which doesn't change. In all the three periods of time. That's the definition of truth in Vedanta. That which doesn't change in all the three periods of time. That which is changeless is truth. Doesn't change at all. Everything. So we have to find out what it is. What is that which doesn't change? And that which doesn't change, we have to change in the welter of change. In the changing, you have to see the changeless. Earlier we have seen that. Isavasya idam sarvam. The changeless God lives in the changing world. The changing world is his costume. And we all change costumes every 2-3 hours. The changing world is his costume of the changeless truth. So we are not going outside the world in search of truth. We are trying to approach in all the 3 periods of time. That which doesn't get destroyed in all the periods, which is non-sublatable. It's another single word. Truth is that which is non-sublatable. It doesn't change. One experience changes another experience, isn't it? One experience sublates another experience. For example, the experience of this learning and teaching and contemplation will be over after 1.5 hours. Then you'll have to drive your way home. That is another experience. One experience invariably sublates or wipes out another experience. But there is truth which doesn't changed by experience. Experience is only confirmed truth. I am not talking about experience of truth. Any experience. Even when I see that wall there, that is an experience. That experience confirms the truth. Because without the truth, that experience is not possible. One has to search for the truth in the changing. The changing is the abode of changeless. And the changes is the abode of the changing also. So you cannot separate them. If you try to separate them, it's like separating a wave from the water. Can you give me a bundle of waves separate from water? You cannot. You cannot scrape out waves from the water. Not possible. And if you want to see the water, look into the wave. Don't let the waves subside, then I will see the water. Not possible. So one has to see the glimmer of truth in the darkness of the changing world. You cannot see it outside. And hence, if this is the definition, which is a very difficult thing. If you seek truth outside the world, it becomes idea. Not everybody is comfortable. Idea. But that's not an experience. To experience it properly, you must see, live in this world, look into this world, look into all your experiences. So, I am Satya Dharma. Dharma means Dharma means a lifestyle. I follow a lifestyle wherein I seek truth. So, my whole life is a search after truth. I want to know the truth, and I am ready to pay any price for that. And that person is called Satya Dharma. For whom life is a constant search after truth. Mahatma Gandhi called Satyagraham. Have you heard that word? Satyagraha. Satyagraha means desire for truth or passion for truth. Another word called is Brahmacharya. Charya means again a lifestyle when you seek Brahman, truth. So whether you use the word Brahmacharyam, Satyagraham or Satyadharma, all mean the same thing. You are very passionate about truth. You are not passionate about truth is your main. So such a me, I have to walk this very perilous path. I have to balance myself. It is like walking on a razor's edge. I cannot go extremes. For that I need God's help. I need help from truth itself. Truth alone can help me in leading on this path. God alone can help me leading on this path. So here is a prayer. Satya Dharma Drishtaye. I am the seeker after truth, and Satya Dharmaya for my sake, for my realization of truth. Drishti means realization. For realizing the truth. And by walking this straight, truth realization is an ongoing experience. It is not an event. It is a cease, yet it's ongoing experience. You cannot say realize truth, now I can do something else. And you can say that realization of truth is a continuous, ongoing experience. Had it been an event, that's why some people say, when did you realize? People ask me question, when did you realize? And I have to say 1950, 1976, September or April 1st. That's the only thing I can say. April 1st, I got realization. As it happens as an event, it is not an event. It is ongoing. It is your nature. How can it be an event? If it is an event, it will be again followed by changing. It cannot be an event. It is your nature. So therefore, all other events are to be understood, observed, detached from, then you get the experience. So all these little experiences you get in your pursuit, I saw light here, I saw lightning there, I saw the face of God here, I felt some heat going up my spine. All those are small experiences. They are only signs. They are not real truth. All the way you get all this entertainment, side entertainments, just keep you moving. Don't get stuck with that. Patanjali always wants, don't stuck with this small entertainment. He talked about 4 obstacles in the path of spiritual pursuit. First obstacle is sleep. Sleep in whether it's for meditation or read the scripture or listen about spirituality, think of God, sleep invariably comes. Because there is nothing to excite you. The first obstacle is sleep. And the second obstacle is distraction. Think about everything else but not this. Distraction. Third is lack of interest. Suddenly you find you have no interest. So why are you meditating nowadays? There is no use. I give up meditation also. Lack of interest, you don't progress. Lack of interest, lack of progress. And when you don't progress, you start digressing. It's like going up a gradient. If you don't go up, then you have to go down. So that is the problem, lack of interest and lack of progress. And the fourth obstacle is these entertainments on the way. And you get stuck there. A lot of entertainments you will get. In the Ramayana there is a story, Hanuman is on flight. He is flying to Lanka to see Sita. That is the objective. And he took to flight and he is on the flight, he is moving, flying across the ocean. And the first obstacle was a mountain comes up, full of trees and fruits and fresh water and bottles of Coca-Cola and all, everything is there. All entertainment. So the mountain said, sit down, rest a little, you have been flying quite a long time. Be with me, rest a little, enjoy all these refreshments, then you fly, continue your flight. He said, no. Once I am on the spiritual path, no refreshments, no enjoyments. Because it will tie me down. I will say after eating, I will say let me sleep a little. Something else will happen. Then you will forget the whole purpose of your flying. So Hanumanji said, no, the first thing is don't do for entertainment. Listen a little bit at times, just give a look and then go ahead. Then Hanumanji find a big, huge giant comes and asks for a fight. I am going to eat you up. Hanuman doesn't want to fight with them, because this fight is not his purpose. He doesn't want to be distracted for his main fight. So Hanuman said, I don't want to fight with you. What do you want? I am very hungry, I want to eat you up. I am very hungry. Hanuman said, okay, open your mouth. You don't have to take the trouble of catching me and running behind me. I will walk into your mouth. Open your mouth. So she opened the mouth. Then Hanuman became a little bigger. So she opened the mouth further. He became further bigger. She opened the mouth further. There she opened the mouth, such a big mouth. Then suddenly Hanuman became a small, tiny thing, entered into her mouth, went through her foot passage and finally came out. So she said, okay, I am happy. Then she went away. Meaning, you are not going to fight a futile battle. That's not your purpose. That's what Bush is doing, a little side attacking enterprise. Not yet to say, maybe we may have to wait for another 1 or 2 years. But it looks parallel, it's sidebacking a main issue. So one should not waste one's energy in non-issues, unnecessary fights. If you waste your energy in unnecessary fight, when the main fight comes, you have no energy. So therefore, don't do that. So this way, we learn a lot of things from Hanuman. So these 4 obstacles all of us face: sleep, distraction, lack of interest, and how do you tackle them? Sleep and distraction by pranayama and food control. Eat nourishing food, timely, and in the appropriate quantities, don't overeat. So that is by controlling your food and doing pranayama and sleeping well. 6 hours sleep is necessary every day. You cannot be a spiritual person without sleep. You need 6 hours of sleep. If you don't sleep and then try to meditate, then meditation won't work. Till 4 o'clock in the morning you are active, going around and dancing and singing and drinking, and then 4 o'clock you come and go to bed, 5 o'clock you get a meditation. It will not work. So good sleep, good nourishing food, and then pranayama. And asanas, practice yoga asanas. This is how you break this habit of sleep and distraction. Lack of interest. For that you have to associate with the good people. Satsang is necessary. Associate with people, discuss with them, then you will again pick up your interest. That is how you overcome that. Entertainment, detachment, don't look for entertainment. These experiences will come, but you are not going to get stuck with those experiences. To tell you the truth, enlightenment is not an experience. That is the truth. Enlightenment is your nature. Your nature cannot be an experience. You can only abide in that. But if I say that, then you will not be inspired by that. That's why I don't say it. Enlightenment ultimately is not experience. Enlightenment is a state where you abide, you realize your nature. Your nature itself cannot be experienced. You can experience only something different. You can experience sugar, experience honey, you can experience a dance, a drama, but you cannot experience yourself. So enlightenment is being yourself in your own true nature. When that comes, you become totally silent. All experiences are seen, changing, relative, and then you abide in your state. It is not even an experience, but you have to put it in brackets. It is not even experience. It is the experience, you can say. That's all what you can say. Okay, so Satyadharmaya drishtaye, for my sake, for my understanding, drishtaye, for my comprehension, Satyadharmaya drishtaye, oh Lord, you have to bless me. Otherwise, I will not be able to make the correct mix or combination of this thing. Right kind of balance. You have to help me. Satyadharmaya drishtaye. And the word used to address God is Pushan. That's the word used to. He addresses prayer to Pushan. Pushan is a Vedic god. Pushan means the nourisher. That's the word meaning. Or nourisher of the universe. Pushan can also mean the sun, S-U-N, sun. In ancient days, especially yogis worshipped the sun. And there is in India Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is prostrated to the sun. In various poses you salute the sun. So in Surya Namaskar, you are worshipping sun by Namaskar. So here the prayer is addressed to the Pushan, the sun god, or it also means the nourisher. Oh Pushan. Do you see that word Pushan? Tattum Pushan Apavran. Pushan. That's the prayer is addressed. And the student says, I have a problem at this point. What's the problem? Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Abhihidam Mukham. In my search after truth, I find the face of truth is enveloped by, covered by a golden disk. Very blinding golden disk. And when you see gold, then you don't look for any other thing. Because gold is so attractive. Gold stands for wealth, power and pleasure. Name, fame, etc. The whole demand of the ego. So the face of truth or the self, the Atman, is covered by a golden disk. What is that golden disk? A golden lid or golden disk. He says, Hiranmayena Patrena. Patra means a lid. Hiranmayena, golden, shining, golden. But that disk, Satyasya Mukham Apihidam. Satyasya Mukham Apihidam. The face of truth is covered by, blocked by, veiled by a golden disk. It's very blindingly colorful, golden disk. And therefore I am not able to proceed further. My progress is stopped when I saw this golden disk. I tell you, okay, study Bhagavad Gita, or if you either you can study Bhagavad Gita or I will give you $50,000. Which one will you choose? Study Bhagavad Gita or $50,000? Definitely $50,000. others they can wait. So therefore, he says, if I am giving you a choice between these two, all of you, including the Swami, will choose the $50,000. Very difficult to say no. I knew the truth, not this. Very difficult to say that. But the seeker of truth must have the heroism to say that I am after truth with not any other thing. But that courage at that time, you will not get. You will at least flinch, you will at least blink a moment before you take a decision. $50,000, the goal. So here Hiranyaya Patra can mean the world of manifestation. You see the world, but you don't see the truth. That Hiranyaya Patra can also mean your ego, your fears. Because of the ego, you are not able to see the truth. Your extreme likes and dislikes. Hiranyaya Patra can mean ignorance. Many meanings can be given. Hiranyaya Patra. Patra means a lid. So this can mean world, it can mean ego, it can mean ignorance, all this meaning. As a result of that, this, though truth is so profound, it is covered by these small lids. It is like the sun. The sun is so bright and colorful, but a small column cloud can cover the sun. It is so vast, so bright, but this cloud is coming between you and the sun, covers the sun. Can you believe it? Similarly, the truth is covered by my own ego. As a result of that, my own ignorance, as a result of that, I am not able to proceed further. I am not able to remove that ego. I am not able to transcend that. I need help. I cannot lift myself by my own bootstraps. Somebody has to give me a helping hand. So that prayer is addressed. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya mukham abhihidam. So he is on the last stages of his spiritual practice. He says, now I have a real problem. I am not able to proceed further. Because the more you make an effort, the more egoistic you become in that stage. Time for your silence. A stage will come, effort will produce no result. Initially effort is necessary, you have to do postures and pranayama, dharana, dhyanam, samadhi, everything you have to do. But a stage comes, your effort doesn't produce any result. Because the more you make effort, the more you create problem. It is at that time, in utter despair, you say, God, you have to help me. The truth itself has to be revealed to me. My own efforts have become counterproductive now. That's the situation. Most of you face that situation. Initially, in great enthusiasm, you chant a mantra, meditate, read pilgrimages and discussions and all those things. But then you find, and there is great progress also. Situation comes, you are not progressing. Then prayer. This prayer is addressed to Lord Sun. Gayatri mantra is a prayer addressed to Sun. All of us chant Gayatri. Oh, make my mind, energize my mind, remove the illusion from my mind, energize my mind. That kind of a prayer is necessary. So, Hiranmayena patrena satyasyabi hidam. And these negativities, anger, you may try to remove anger, but still you are angry. Try to remove jealousy, still you are jealous. Very difficult to remove all of them. Of course, you have made effort, you are able to control most of the time. So, but a time comes when your efforts are no more useful. It is at that time you have to pray. So, prayer has to be preceded by effort. Without effort, prayer will not make any work. You have to make effort. Personal, sustained effort. Patanjali says, Nitya, Nirantara, Satkara Sevida, daily, continuously and purposefully. You have to make effort. Daily, continuously, purposeful effort is necessary. And when the effort is not bearing fruit, a situation can come when you make all the effort, but the result is very, very little. Initially it produces a lot of effort. Isn't it? First time when you went to the ashram, there's a lot of excitement, lots of joy. Second time less, third time still less, fourth time still less. Fifth time you don't want to go to the ashram. It can happen. First time when you saw a Mahatma, there's a lot of interest. Second time less, third time, fourth time Mahatma is, oh, I know him very well. He is like me. So that way, he no more inspires you. The whole result is gone. No impact at all. And so at that time, you turn to prayer. So from effort, you move to prayer. And prayer also can become ineffective after some time. Then you move back into effort. This is how we manage. So here is a prayer. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya vihidam mukham. Tattvam pushanna pavan. So the Hiranmayatvam, that golden disc, that imagery is brought in here just to make you know how difficult it is. Because gold dazzles you. Your ego is very precious to you. Somebody tells you give up your ego, it's difficult. Why should I? Why should I give up my ego? Who will protect me? So to give up the ego is the most difficult. That's the last sacrifice. It's very difficult. So somebody has to help you for that. Somebody has to pull it on your face, from your face. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. You will cling on to it because that's your last position. Last position. All other positions you have given up. Last position is very, very difficult. God Himself, some act, some stone must go over your face and then it must be flown off. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So, Hiranmayena patrena satyasya vihidam mukham. Tattvam pushanna pavranu. And this Hiranmaya Patra, this veil, very shining veil over me, tada tvam, that veil, Pushan or sun, God, apavranu. Apavranu means remove it. Remove this veil from the face of truth. Satya dharma is this day, for me to behold the truth. I am right on the sanctum sanctorum, but still it is veiled. And I have spent all my effort. I have no more energy now. I have no more energy even to pray. That is my situation. Now it is for you to come to my help. And in that stage, definitely the help comes. Something happens that stage, and the whole visage is opened up for you. I can only give you the example of once we were driving from LA 6-7 hours all the way to Las Vegas. Don't tell anybody Swami went to the Las Vegas. So we are going there, and then I could see it's a desert area. There's nothing to see on both sides. Then finally I saw two peaks, two hills. And then the car goes through the hill, the road. And then suddenly you find the whole city of light opens up in front of you. Like a magician has taken a handful of diamonds and strewn all across. And you can find that dazzling light. And that was a wonderful sight for us. This is what is going to happen. When the veil is removed by the Lord, then you find the city of diamonds and bliss, and thereafter you are in a different world altogether. So far you have been driving, drinking water and seeing this drab, dreary land and stones and nothing else, dry grass. That's all what you are seeing. And occasionally some entertainment here and there. Now suddenly you find the whole chemistry changes. The whole landscape changes. There is light everywhere. So that is His job, God's job. I can only come up to this. I'm sure you always what they call the dark night of the soul. It's a time when you feel everything is dark. Earlier there was some dim light at least. Now you have come to a region which is absolutely dark. You cannot pick your way forward. It's at that time you make this prayer. You're almost on the verge, but still you don't know it. The prayer. And the veil is lifted. And the truth stands in its full glory in front of you. Tattvam pushanna pavrano satya dharmaya dushtaye hiranmayena patrena satyasya bihidam mukham. When I say this, I cannot forget telling that example. When we were going to Satal, I found in the Ganges one old man, maybe 95-year-old man, very lean, you can count his bones, and sunken cheeks, and very eyes gone in because of his old age. So at about 6 o'clock, he is standing in the sun, in the river, Ganga, with a handful of water, Ganges water. He bends to the Ganga, takes the water, and is waiting for the sun. 6 o'clock in the morning, to invite the sun, to welcome the sun. And he is waiting there. I was mesmerized by that sight. You and I will be sleeping at that time. Sun every day he comes. What is the point in inviting me? Is he waiting for my invitation? Nothing. This man every day goes there, take this water, wait for the sun, to invite the sun. This mighty sun, he wants to invite, to open the doors of perception for him. At that point, as the sun comes, he offers the water and he gets a wonderful, insightful vision of the truth. That's why he is waiting. It's so delightful experience. So that was a fantastic sight for me. This old man sitting in the... So that Ganges stands for the river of change. In the river of change he stands and take a scoop of water from the river of change and he offers to the truth. Remove my ignorance. And he says that. And that is the symbolism of that ritual. And he does it every day. So, tattvam pushanna pavrano satya dharmaya dushtaye hiranmayena patrena satyasya bihidam mukham. The face of truth is covered by this golden disc. So what is highlighted there is the difficulty of overcoming the ego, ignorance, or transcending your own mind. It's very difficult. You need some help, some foothold somewhere, some help. Somebody has to lift you into that state. Then alone the final leap is possible. So ardent prayer is necessary. So effort, then prayer. After your prayer, you can meditate a little bit. So these three things should go together: effort, prayer, meditation. Then again, effort. That's how it works. Another prayer. So that's a prayer. You are just praying to Sun for that final realization. Pushanna Egarshe Yamasurya Prajapatya Vyuha Rashmin Samuhastejaha Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tatte Pashyami Yaha Asau Asau Purushaha Sohamasmi. Again he continues the prayer. He says, remove this golden disc. This golden disc can represent your ego and the ego created thoughts and the thought created world. You see, you are living in a world created by your own thoughts. You are not encountering the real world. So a world created by thoughts, which is very dazzling because you is your own creation. So your ego projected thoughts, thought projected world. And also that's the cover. It's a very dazzling cover. And it's variety, entertainment, everything is there. It's a roller coaster experience. So this is what is to be removed. Now, that prayer is further, that idea of golden disc is further elaborated here. What is the golden disc? It is Rashmin. Do you see the word Rashmi? Golden rays, Rashmi. This represents ego created thoughts, egoistic thoughts, and the world that you create out of it. And then you harvest your experiences out of that. So when we see the world, we are seeing a world painted by our own thoughts. And the thoughts are emanation from our own ignorance. That's how we see the world. That's why different people interpret the world differently. Same world. Same Bhagavad class here. Some people will like it, some people will dislike it, some people adore it, some people ignore it. All these are possible. So, these are the golden, this is the golden disc we are talking about. It's a very entrenched lid, very entrenched, very well reinforced lid. It's not an ordinary, you cannot crack it just by one hit. It's well reinforced by all this. So that kind of a disc, golden disc, first of all you have to withdraw your false evaluation of the world. The false evaluation of the world. See the world as it is created by the Creator. So, withdraw the false evaluation of the world. Then your mind becomes quiet. Then the ego can be tackled. So that request is being made here. This Rashmi is all this, these golden rays. Rashmi, Samuha, Vyuha. Vyuha means withdraw. Withdraw these golden rays of yours. Vyuha and Samuha mean the same thing. Withdraw. Withdraw it very well. Vyuha, Rashmi, Samuha. And that so when these rays are withdrawn by a process of detachment, that's a withdrawal. Process of detachment. You withdraw these golden rays. Process of detachment. And for that I need divine help. So the divinity is being invoked here. Pushan, again that word is used. Pushan. God's name, Pushan. Hey Pushan. Egarshe. Egarshe means lonely traveler. He is lonely. God is one. Therefore he is lonely. He is not lonely, he is alone. Aloneness is different from loneliness. Loneliness means you are seeking somebody's company but you don't get it. Aloneness means you are enjoying your being. So, he is the single traveler. He is the only existence. Therefore, Egarshe, Yama. Yama means the great controller. He controls everything. Controller. Surya. Surya means the great nourisher. And Prajapatya. Prajapatya means the visible God. For me, sun is the visible God. Prajapati means the unmanifest God. Prajapatya means that the son of the unmanifest, the visible God. That is how we address sun. So early in the morning, you look at the sun, pray, O Pushan Negarshe Yamasurya Prajapatya. Glorify him. Then you say, withdraw these golden rays. Help me develop detachment from the world. When you detach, you are withdrawing from the world. Detachment is not hatredness, please. Don't say I hate the world. I am only detached from that. I develop a little depth of consciousness, awareness. And when we do that, then we are able to see Teja. So we are detached from the world. We don't give any false value to the world. We see the world as it is. If we are thirsty, we need a glass of water. That's all what the value of the world is, nothing more than that. So in that state, you will be able to see the Tejas. Tejas means the inner light. So inner light. So Samoha Teja. Yatte Rubam Teja. Then I am able to see Te Rubam, your form, which is Teja, pure brilliance. When this preoccupation with the world is over, when you are not excited about what is outside, the mind is quiet, and you have a better relationship with the world, then I am able to see Te Tejaha, your glory, your brilliance, Teja. Do you see that word? Teja, your brilliance. Rubam Kalyanatam. So Teja Rubam, your brilliant form, I am able to see. Kalyanatamam. Kalyanatamam is most auspicious, most ennobling. Kalyanatamam. That form I am able to see. Te Pashyami. So, Pashyami. And Yaha Aso Asaf Purusha. And whoever you are, you know that brilliance. Now I am seeing that brilliance. I am one with that brilliance. That brilliance which I see in a state of detachment, Yaha Aso, whoever is that? Asaf Purusha, that brilliance. That Purusha there means that brilliance, Purusha, that consciousness. Purusha. Sahaham asmi. This is my true nature. That brilliance, Saha aham asmi. I am that brilliance. So when your mind is quiet and serene and not entangled in the excitement of the material temptations of the world, then the mind is quiet, and in that quiet mind you are able to see your own worth, your own brilliance, your own consciousness. That's what he says. That brilliance is me. That is my true nature. So yatte rubam kalyanatamam tadute pashyami. I am able to see that. Yaha aso asaf purusha. Whatever is that Purusha is me. Aham asmi. So this is called a Mahavakya. Soham asmi. Soham asmi. Soham, have you heard that? Soham? That is the final mantra Guru will give you. First he will say Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, or such mantras are given. Now finally he will give you a mantra, Soham, you are that. Soham, that's what, Soham Hamsa, Soham Hamsa. So I am that great brilliance. Suddenly you realize it. So Pushanne Garshe Yama Surya Prajapatya Vyuharashmi in Samo. So all these words are glorification of the sun. Pushan, Egarshe, Yama, Surya, Prajapati. Vyuharashmi in Samoha Teja. Withdraw this attraction for the world from me. My dependence on the world. Attraction can also mean my dependence on the world. I am slavishly dependent upon everything else. In the process I forget my true nature. Let me recapture my true nature. Then I can move into the world, there is no problem. Yatte rupam kalyanatamam tad te pashyami. So all these words are to be broken. Yad te rupam kalyanatamam tad te pashyami. That's written here in that meaning section. Yaha asau, yosa vasau is to be broken like yaha asau, asau purusha. Yosa vasau is to be broken like that. Saha ahamasmi, that indeed I am. So finally you come to the unity realization. I am this, I am everything. If you have some problem, at the end of it we can deal with that. Yaha so vasaf purushaha sohamas. I'm not suggesting you have a problem, but in reading it and all that, we'll see it later. Next one. Vayuranila mamrudamadhedam Basmandagam shariram O krado smara kradagam smara Krudo smara krudagam smara. Now here is, having said all this, the Rishi says, this is generally whispered into the dying man's ears. When a man dies, and we all should and will die, then these words are whispered into the ears of the dying person. Because the final exit, we need some final advices. Like you send your children to the university, you dress him up and then give him some money and then credit card and then address and the car, and while he is leaving, since 2 days you have been advising him. And the final advice, when you leave this world, and you carry that advice. So that advice is, so this is generally whispered to the ears of a dying person. And excuse me, who are the dying person? Who are the dying people? We people. We are not yet dead, that's all. So there are only two sets of people in this world, the dead and the dying. I am yet to see a third variety, dead and the dying. So we need this mantra all the time. It is not only when you are about to die, you hear that mantra. The mantra is to be heard all the time. It's a very powerful mantra. The mantra says, Vayur anilam amrudam madhedam basmandam shariram. Vayu means the breath, the force of air which dances in your nostril, which makes the difference between you and the dead body. This air is dancing. And as long as the air goes in and out, you can even go to the moon. Once the air goes, you are stuck wherever you are. That is the situation. So this Vayu, this air which you are breathing, which is very fragile, that Vayu will finally go back, merge. Merge into what? Amridam anilam, the total vayu, total air outside. So what you are breathing now finally will leave you and merge with the total air. Amridam, Amridam means total vayu your vayu will merge. Your air, the air that you breathe will merge into that. So when you die first is he breathed his last. He no more wants to breathe. He is tired of breathing. His quota is over. So he breathed his last. He breathed out. Then he doesn't. The last is breathing out, not breathing in. It is not that you breathe out and never breathed in, never breathed out. The last thing you do in this world is to give back the breath which you took first. First you borrowed some seed breath, capital. With that you are managing. The last thing you do is breathe it out. So vayu, this air will go back and merge into. Okay, so the air is gone. Then what is left is the body. So the advice or the whispering to the ear of the dying person, here vayuhu anilam amridam. Anilam means air, vayu. Two words are used here, vayu and anilaha. Both means air, breath. Anila means which doesn't stay anywhere permanently. That's the meaning of anila. So air constantly keep moving. So air has got the name anila. So this vayu, your breath, amridam anilam. Amridam anilam. Amrita anila means the total air available in the world. So it goes back into that. You have taken it from there, and when you breathed first, then you give it back. That's the only debt you had in the world. So you are indebted to the world for the first whiff of air, which made you cry and breathe, and then which switched on the machinery of life. Now you are paying it back. Like Socrates. When Socrates was dying, his devotees asked, Socrates, what can we do for you? Do you have any last wish? He is dying because his poison is spreading into his bloodstream, and he is dying. Who could feel his feet is cold, his calf muscles are cold, his thighs have become cold, hips are cold. Then finally he says, children, I am dying. Then Crito cried and asked, what would you like to, what is your last wish? So he said, I borrowed a hen, I just remember now, from that person. Please return it. Please return that hen to him. That's all what I wish. Similarly, your debt is paid back. You borrowed it and you are giving it back. So vayuranilam amrudam, it goes back into vayu. Adha, idam, then adha, again, idam shariram, this body of yours, this body, physical body, the 365-pound physical body, what happens to that? Bhasmandam, it becomes ashes. In the Indian context. In the European or Western context, it becomes food for worms. In the Indian context, because Indians burn the dead bodies, they don't just leave it or bury it. Here you bury it with full honor and clothes and all that. In India, you remove all the clothes, everything is removed, and then you are covered by a white piece of linen. Then you are put on 2 bamboos sticks. Then you are taken and put on the funeral pyre, and your elder son will light the pyre. and then your body will be consigned to that fire. So your body finally become ashes. So you can get not a little bit, maybe lot of ashes depending upon how heavy you were. Those ashes will be the bone and all that. Those ashes is your destination, final destination. The air will go back and the trees will breathe and your body will become ashes. So what is there, he says? Bhasmantam shariram. What remains now is your mind. Nobody can burn your mind. Your body will go, your breath will go, then the mind is there. Now you are a combination of the body, breath and the mind. And the consciousness, of course. So what happens to your mind? Now here is an advice to the mind. This is the time to think whatever good things you have studied. What is the good thing you have studied? Shivoham, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham. I am that infinite consciousness. You studied it. And you refuse to believe it. Because of the dazzle of the world. The world is so dazzling. The world is so exciting. You refuse to believe it. You always believed that you are the body. You always believed you are your breath. Now it is time for you to give up all this. All those precious positions are taken away from you. Your body is taken away. Your breath is taken away. Now what you have? Now what you have is what you have studied, what you were told, that knowledge. This is the time for you to remember that knowledge. I am one with the God. I am that infinite consciousness. So, krado smara kratagam smara. Krado smara kratagam smara. The advice is, oh krado. Krado means oh mind. Krado means the mind. Oh mind. Smara, remember. Kritagam. Kritagam means what you studied, what you have learned. At the feet of the master, your elders, your parents, your gurus, they have given you good advice. Listen, remember your true nature. Remember at least now. Now there is no excitement about the world. It is a time for you to remember who you are. So Kritakam means what you have been taught, what you have been told, that you remember. Kritakam smara. Twice it is repeated. Krado smara. O mind, remember. Kritakam smara. What you have learned, remember. Then as you remember, the mind will dissolve into that infinite consciousness. Living you couldn't understand that. At least as you are dying, may you understand it and fulfill the purpose of your life. O Krado smara Kritakam smara. And Krado smara Kritakam smara. So Vayuranilam amrudam madhaidam bhasmandam sharir. Om Krado smara Kritakam smara. Krado smara. So when somebody dies, you can whisper this into his ears. In English, of course. Sanskrit nobody will understand. So tell him that this breath will join the samashti air. Your body is going to be ashes or food for worms. And therefore remember this. Krado smara Kritakam smara. Smara means remember. Smara. Krado smara Kritam smara. Remember. So Kritakam, that word should be properly understood. Kritakam. Kritakam means that which you have studied. At the feet of the teachers. Remember that all the time. And what have you studied at the feet of your teachers? Shivoham, I am Shiva. I am Shiva. I am auspiciousness, pure consciousness, pure bliss. You remember that. This is the time for you to remember it. Then that person will die very peacefully. Very peacefully. Otherwise he will make a lot of noise. lot of noise, lot of struggles, and he doesn't want to go, and he is unhappy, and you also are unhappy. But once you know this, the exit will be very smooth, very happy exit for that person. Krado smara kradam smara, krado smara kradagam smara. Continuing. Agne nayassu badharaye yasman Vishwani deva vayunani vidwan Yuyodhyasmad juhuranamenah Juhuranamenah Bhuyishtam te namauktim vidhema. Once more. Agne nayassu badharaye yasman Vishwani deva vayunani vidwan Yodhyasmad juhuranamenah Bhuyishtam te namauktim vidhema. So the Aryans were Vedic fire worshippers. They used to invoke fire in fire pit. We did it there in our Homa, and then they used to worship that fire. Not only Aryans, most of the religious people, so Zoroastrians, Jewish people, they all are fire worshippers. And the Aryans used to worship fire in the fire pit. That's one kind of, that's called Homagni. Fire into which you offer things, Homagni. Homagni. This Homagni is created in a certain way. They make 2 blocks of wood, and then by rubbing it, through that rubbing of these 2 blocks of wood, sparks come out of it. That spark is caught in a cotton. That is used for preparing the Homagni, not a matchbox. No, you cannot do that. That fire is created by and along with the chanting, they create the fire. So that fire is used for offering worship. So one is Homagni. The second, another fire is Suryagni, the fire of the sun, Suryagni, sun fire, Suryagni. The third is called Jadaragni. Jadaragni, the fire in your stomach. When you are really hungry, ravenously hungry, you feel the fire blazing forth in the stomach. And when you offer food, that also is a worship into that fire. Eating food is considered a worship into the Jadaragni. That is another kind of fire. And then the funeral fire. Funeral fire. Funeral fire. Where the fire is, where the dead body burns, that fire. In the burial ground, the body is placed on the wood and sandalwood, and it burns. That's another fire. So these fires are worshipped. Homagni and Suryagni, Jataragni and the funeral fire, all these fires are worshipped. So whichever fire you have in mind here, and finally the fire is the fire of consciousness, Chidagni. Fire of consciousness. So, whichever fire you have in mind, here is a prayer to that fire. The prayer is Agne Nayasubhadharaye Asman. Let us read it once more. Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodyasmad Juhurana Menaha Bhuyishtam Te Namauktim Vidhema. Okay, I was thinking of the Sanskrit word. Funeral fire is Chida Agni. Chita. There is hardly any difference between funeral fire and the fire of consciousness. This is called Chidagni. Chidagni. This is Chida Agni. In Sanskrit, if you write Chidagni, the other is Chidagni. The two fires. Chida means that funeral place where you collect all the wood and all that and put fire on that. Place the dead body on that. And the body starts cracking. Then you feel bad, but then the body burns. So whichever fire. So if you are standing in front of Homagni, this prayer can be said. Facing the sun, this prayer can be said. Jadaragni, as you feel the hunger, this to that Agni, and the Chita Agni and Chidagni, whatever fire is. The prayer is Agne Naya Subhadharaye Asman. Asman means all of us. Asman, me and my people. So plural, Asman, us. Naya means lead us. Naya, lead us. Subhadharaye. Please lead us. Subhadharaye. Raye means path. Subhada means righteous or noble. Please lead us along the noble path. Agne, O fire, God. Agne Nayas Subhadharaye Yasman. Please lead us along the righteous path, the right path. I myself may not be able to do that, so I need your help, blessings, strength. Agne Nayas Subhadharaye Asman. May you lead us along the right path. What is the right path? The right deeds. May I have the courage to do the right things, to be on the right path of truth and non-violence and etc. etc. There are a lot of values which you can bring under that right path. Sagne Nayas Subhadharaye Asman. All of us. Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan. Now you are praising fire. Vidwan. You are the all-knowing fire. Vidwan means all-knowing, omniscient. Without fire you cannot see anything. Without light. So fire is addressed as Vidwan, the all-knowing, omniscient fire. It's almost the status of God. Fire is given the status of God, all-knowing fire. You, O Vidwan, and Deva. Deva means, O divine being, Deva. Vishwani, Vainvani, and you know all the paths in the world. You know everything. Vishwani means all. Vayunani means paths. You know all paths in the world. You are the all-knowing one, oh God. So God, why Agni feels little great. You see, this is how you propitiate gods. Gods to be propitiated, you always glorify them. Otherwise, God will not be happy with you. You must say you are great, you are wonderful, you are this, you are that. Then like any human being, God is only an exalted human being. So you praise Him. There are three ways of propitiating gods. to get their blessing. One is praise them. Oh, you are great, you are wonderful. If you want to propitiate anybody, follow this path. You can propitiate. You can get anything out of that person. First is go and say, you are the greatest person I ever seen. He will do anything for you. Second is, give a gift. Some are so clever, by propitiation they won't. Simply saying you are great and wonderful, that's not enough. You must give them a gift. Give them some money or a car or some gift is necessary. Then they will do anything for you. Third is a prostration. Some people need that. Just humble, humiliate yourself in front of him. Just to prostrate. Thereafter ask of him, he will do anything. I am yet to see a person who does not fall into these traps. Praise, prostration, or a gift. You will definitely. So the gods also fall into these things. You praise them. So he says, Agne naya subhadaraye asman vishwani deva vayunani vidwan. You are the all-knower. You know all the path in the world. You are vidwan. You are the all-knowing person. So now what's your purpose of all this? Why are you saying all this in the morning? Vishwani deva vayunani vidwan. Now my demand is, yuyodhya asmad juhuranam enah. Enah means sins. Enah. Juhuranam. Juhuranam means crooked. Enaha means deeds. My crooked deeds. I have done some bad things. Only I know, nobody else knows it. Now I am confessing that to you. A lot of crooked things I have done, knowingly or unknowingly, and that's bothering me now very much. So those juhuranam enaha, yuyodhya, you destroy them. I have done it. It's your job to destroy it. I have already praised you. Already prostrated to you. I have already brought gift to you. Now it is for you to purify myself. Fire can purify anything. Fire is a great purifier. You put anything into fire, fire will reduce all of them into ashes. You know, the Shiva Bhaktas, you have seen putting ashes on their forehead. What is the meaning of that? 3 ashes. So there are 3 kinds of sins that we can do. One, past, something which you have done in the past. Past sins. That's in your account. Present sin, the things you are doing now, and which you intend to do in the future also. All of them. All the crooked deeds which you intend to do, which you have done, which you are doing, all of them, they are the 3. All of them can be burned in the fire by this prayer. And then you put 3 ash marks on your forehead. These are the prarabdha karma, sanchita karma and agami karma, they say. Past wrong deeds, present wrong deeds and the future wrong deeds. All of them had been reduced to ashes, and you smear your forehead with the 3 horizontal ash marks. And in India when you go, you find people doing that. They put ash marks here 3, 3 here, 3 here, 3 there, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here in the stomach, 3 on the knees, and 3 on the feet. And anywhere else they want to. The idea is that this ashes is a good cure for arthritis. So by applying this ashes on these points, you are free from that problem, arthritis problem. You can try that. And how do you make it? You need cow dung. Mix it in the urine of cow dung, mix it in the urine, and a little bit of this sandalwood and tulasi leaves. Mix it. Sandalwood, tulsi leaf, what is the English word for that? Basil? Basil leaves, sandalwood, cow dung, and the cow's urine. And then put camphor, and burn it. And then chant the mantra also, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Otherwise it has no effect. Otherwise it is simple ashes. So chant the mantra and then burn it. 108 times you have to chant. Till it is reduced to ashes, and then take that ashes every day. Do that. I guarantee you will have no arthritis problem at all. That's a guarantee. You have to try it. Good cow dung, not these cows. All eating plastic and all that. No, that cow should be fed with fresh grass. Organic cow dung. And it has been found proved effective. You can. This I am giving an Ayurvedic medicine. So that can be done. And my father used to do that, all ashes all over, and then every day in the morning he gets up, take a bath, and then half an hour he takes. So when he comes out, he looks like Shiva himself. Sometimes he comes with the chanting the mantras, so he looks very holy. And that is what you see early in the morning. Then alone they will sip even a drop of water. They won't drink water or eat anything before that. After this, they will take water or anything. That makes you a healthy person. Swagne nayasubhadharaye yasman vishwani deva vayunani vidwan. You know all the paths. Now what you have to do is, yuyodhyasmad jukurana mena. May you burn down all my crooked thoughts and deeds and its consequences. I want to be pure. Now, this fire can be the fire of knowledge also. It is not only the simple fire there, the fire of knowledge. In the fire of knowledge, enlightenment, let me burn down all my past. I want to burn down. I don't want to carry the burden at all. So, fire can be the fire of knowledge. Fire can be the thermal fire, which you use fuel and then you create. So essentially it is a fire. So what we are doing here is create the fire of knowledge and then burn down all the past deeds. Yuyodhya. Yodhya means destroy, burn down. Asmad, ours. Juhurana mena, all our crooked deeds. And for that, bhuyishtamte nama uktim vidhema. Vidhema means I offer. I offer nama uktim. Nama uktim means namaskaram and prayer. Praise and prostration. I praise you, I prostrate at you. Bhuyishtam, many times. Many times I pray to you and prostrate to you. Please do this favor for me. Remove all my crooked. So earlier he said remove the golden disc. Then he said remove that flashy rays of the world which is constantly bothering me. Then he said remember what you have learned. Now he says reduce all my past into ashes. So these four prayers, the student is offering himself at the lotus feet of the Lord. Bhuyishtamte nama uktim vidhema. Uktim means prayer, nama means salutation. Bhuyishtam means many, numberless. Vidhema means offer. So with that, this Upanishad is over. I don't say this is over, we will be redoing it again because now you got an idea about this. You know what are you discussing now. Some of the words may not be clear to you, some of the compounds, when I separated it, it was not clear to you. That you have to come to me and ask, how do you break this compound? If you have no interest in it, then that's end of it. So please go into it, read it, and find out the meaning of each word. Meaning of each word is given here. It's not that easy, difficult. Each word is given, meaning is given. So read that and then understand the meaning, meditate, and then if you have any doubt, I'm always there. And both Tattva Bodha and this, I want you to be a master in these two texts. And when you are a master of Tattva Bodha, Isavasya and the next Gita chapter 2, you will be a master of Vedanta. And the rest of the study will be very, very simple. But these three texts, so one has to get back again and again and discuss it again and again. So you have all the freedom to ask or meet and discuss, and then these two texts and the next text also. With this, the Upanishad is over. Om Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi.